Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to RomHack Races. I hope you're ready for some fun. It is good to see such hype and friends in the chat. How's it going? How are you? And let's get ready to rock and roll. This week, we have got an exciting level. I think you might know a little bit about what we're in for from the name and the maker. Someone very well established, very, very talented, a level from Mars. Not the planet, the maker, Mars. We are back for week 345 with Mars's newest creation, Retrograde X, or perhaps Retrograde 10. This is it's going to be some fun. We're going to learn about how this is going to work. If you're new and you don't know what we're doing, every Saturday night right here, we have a fresh, never-before-seen Super Mario World Kaizo level, raced by some of the best players that are out there, made by some of the best makers you could imagine, and watched by some of the best Kaizo friends and fans. That's you. The racers have no idea what they're in for. They just have to improvise using all their wits and skill, but they do know some difficulty rankings, and this week is a bit of a big one. Execution tonight, a 6 out of 10. Complexity, a 5 out of 10. And the racers also know that there are 10 rooms. Now, if you're familiar with Mars's work and you're looking at the title, you might have a little bit of a clue about how this is actually going to play out, because this is a little bit different than your standard RomHack race level, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Want to give a big shout out to the testers this week, Mithrillionaire, Java Brew, Mason, and Eden for testing. We always really appreciate that. They do such a fine job. We have the ever noble Spirits, Fen thereof, on the restream tonight, pushing the buttons, making everything look great for you, bringing you all the action. And scouting, we've got Blue Ribbon High Life, Echo, Fen, and Citrus Gremlin. They're watching all of the racers and letting us know who takes the lead so that we won't miss any of the clears. We've got how many? 10 racers have signed up tonight. B2, DE81, Double Doom, Ender of Games, Endless Ascent, Germdove, Revelug, Seokadelic, X Gamer 2009, You Fail Me, and Yuri Densetsu. And we've got 4 on the screen right now. B2 in the upper right, we got Double Doom. I'm sorry, B2 in the upper left, we got Double Doom in the upper right. You Fail Me down there in the lower left. Revelug down there in the lower right. And I'm not sure what's up with B2's screen right now, but it is weird and cool. And I'm like looking at it like, what is this? Very interesting. B2 always one for some good content. I like this. I don't know what we're looking at right now, but this is surreal and cool. I think I had a dream that looked like this at one point. I hope you are all doing well. If you would like to learn a little bit more about Kaizo and what's going on here, shout it out in chat. If you have questions, go on over to romhackraces.com. If you'd like to download this patch or any of the other patches that we've had throughout our 345-week history, or you can jump on our Discord server, hang out with the community, talk shop, and have a fun time with everybody. Again, if you have any questions, please shout it out in chat. I'm Glitch. You probably knew that, but hi, that's me. I'm Glitch. I will be bringing you the play-by-play, and we will see who gets to the end. Now, I gotta mention here, I'm gonna say this right out. Retrograde. This level has an interesting setup involving checkpoints. This is a little bit different than you normally would have, and this is a style that was pioneered by Mars. Really, really kind of a cool gimmick going on here. These checkpoints will be retrograde. I guess I could share that now. I suppose it's better. If the racers beat a section, they move on. If they lose, they move back a section. So this is really going to reward consistency. One-shots, maybe. We'll see some one-shots, perhaps. But this is really going to reward consistency on the part of the players. And, of course, insight to figure out how to get through these sections at all. A strong current pushes against you. Every death will send you back by 1 room. To win, you must progress more than you fall back. So win a section, move ahead. Lose, go back to the previous checkpoint section. So consistency is the name of the game here tonight. Let's get ready to rock and roll. It's 3, 2, 1 video games. I was a little late on that countdown, but here we go. You Fail Me, B2, Double Doom. Now, we're going to see some really cool stuff. Mars is a maker known for precision. Mars has made some fantastic, iconic precision hacks, and that is what we're looking at here. We've got these cool Mars bars. They look like death blocks, but they're big, stretchy bars, and that is obviously going to kill the player. And this is not a precision level? Excuse me. Well, Well, I guess we're gonna find out what kind of level it is. But Mars definitely known for some precision hacks, and really has made some excellent stuff in the past. But I'm seeing a little bit of precision here at the start. We got to get over the big wall of death blocks. Normally there are a lot of mechanics and stuff to discuss. This level may be a little bit more cut and dry in terms of custom stuff and tricky trick-based interactions, but not short on cool jumps and really, really interesting physical situations, which is something I really, really like about Mars's work. Revelug in the lower right-hand corner, though. Big reads right now. One-shots are really going to matter, but remember, you die, you go back a room. So we're going to have to really get consistent quick. First room looks like no big deal for everybody, and we're getting into the second room with these moving platforms. The on-off switches will change the track, just as it is in the vanilla game. And we want to hit that switch and ride the platform till we get in the door. There's Double Doom in the upper right-hand corner, getting into, I'm going to try to keep track of these. Room number 3? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really trying to keep track of what number we're on. We've got on-off switches, and we've got on-off coins, it looks like, in this third room. Revelug as well, getting to these on-off coins. These, yes, they will switch the blocks, pink to turn on pink blocks, blue to turn on blue blocks, and flip the state. And this little used three-platform rotating platform. Do they have numbers above them? Oh, well, that's very handy. They do have numbers. Oh, I didn't even see them. They're little tiny numbers that tell us what room we're on. Very handy. Mars, always thinking ahead. Thank you for thinking of us, the scouts and the commentary. Looks like Revelug, though, in the lower right. Room 3 for Revelug right now. Got to jump on this Sparky, and we got a little Sparky ride on the line. Okay, so maybe not quite a precision level, but I'm still seeing a little bit of low-key precision moves. And Revelug into room number 4. Now, this is pretty big, and you know, gonna give Revelug the lead, but progress is not assured here, which is really different from other ROM Hack Race levels where if you get a checkpoint, you're just on the checkpoint, and you don't slide back. But this is really just gonna keep pushing these players all the way to the finish line, and it's really could be anybody's race for this one, especially tonight. But Revelug taking it easy, yeah, playing real careful. Revelug, I like this style, just really taking their time. There's not really a timer to race here, so Revelug just kind of thinking it through and planning their moves out, and Revelug still keeping the pressure on. So even if they don't necessarily, Revelug's down. They saw the thwimp jump, but yeah, it's now Revelug gonna move back to room 3, and how consistent you are is gonna determine how far you slide back or not. So this, again, is a level that really rewards consistency. We're always talking about the dichotomy between consistency, well, I suppose a trichotomy between consistency, one-shots, and insight into how the obstacles work. And tonight, I think, is really, really going to reward players who can just learn a room and not screw it up anymore, because one little slip-up is going to cost you a lot of time. Very, very cool and interesting dynamic for one of these retrograde levels. This was a style pioneered by Mars, which I think is just absolutely cool and fascinating. Was it Retrograde 8 was a huge inspiration for me also. Big rooms that are like this with the retrograde checkpoints, and we've since seen that used in other hacks as well, but that was certainly a very pioneering style that Mars went for. One of my favorite makers, to be honest. Mars is super good. You fail me getting into room number 3. B2, yeah. Oh, it is possible to go all the way back down. Go all the way back to the beginning here. I want to say I really like the texture on the Mars bars, these little death blocks that are hanging out. They have like a little like waffle kind of texture, and I think that's really neat looking. Always the innovator, Mars. But yeah, that is true, and I agree with that. Got to appreciate some straightforward themes. Yeah. You know, we get kind of wacky with things sometimes, lots of custom gimmicks and mechanics, and seeing the racers kind of adapt to a custom sprite or a custom gimmick on the fly. Revelug, let's go. Revelug moving into room number 5, in the lead right now. Got a Portobello mushroom fireball. Switching that on-off coin and moving back. But unlike some more custom gimmicky levels, this is very much platforming. and kind of basics of Mario expressed in a very challenging way. Revelug moving, man. This could be it, man. I'm talking about consistency, but Revelug with these very clutch one-shots is making huge progress right now. Wants to ride the saws up, and now it looks like Revelug wants to avoid the saws. Yep, avoiding those saws to bounce on the kicking Koopa. And that's another room down for Revelug. This is huge right now. Revelug absolutely killing it. Moving into room number 7. Now this could be big because Revelug took the win last week as well. So we could have a two streak going for Revelug, looking for their 36th potential first place for Revelug. But don't count on anybody else too, man. These are some excellent players going at it here. You Fail Me moving up on the spring and looking to get in that door, but that thwimp jump can be a little tricky. They got it. Double Doom right now also on the Sparky room. And Revelug's down, look out. So Revelug moving back a room to room number 7. You Fail Me though, coming up here. Yeah, You Fail Me, definitely not one to count out. And Revelug, looking at this shell right now in the 7th room. They've got the yellow shell. What are they gonna do with that? B2 looking for that jump. Oh, You Fail Me down at the door, but B2 moving on to room number 5. One room ahead. B2 on 5. You Fail Me on 4. Revelug. Oh no. Something has happened. Yeah, nice try. Nice try, Revelug. Death is more palatable in waffle form. That is so true. Oh dear. But again, consistency. They just did this room. Can they just get right back there? It's the level that really rewards that. Seeing really consistent gameplay from everybody right now. But the story is Revelug right now on room number 7. There's the door, but they can't go in the door because the door is off the ground, so they need something to stand on. Looks like Revelug, yeah, looks like they figured it out. They've got the P-switch now. That would be something to stand on. When you touch a P-switch in the first frame you touch it, you are counted as standing. But now Revelug trying to kind of figure this out. I think they know what they want. Revelug respawning that Eerie. Yep, that'll let them spin jump up there. They're holding the switch by the door. Now just watch out. Oh, okay, even better. I thought you'd have to enter the door from the switch, but the switch creates blocks to stand on. How very kind. So pressure's on for Revelug. We'll see if they can live up to that. This is a new room. Room number 8. Double Doom down at the door. And here comes Yuri Densetsu in the upper left-hand corner. Upper right-hand corner. I don't know what direction is what, man. What's a direction? I don't know why I always assume that the maker is going to make us enter the door from the switch. I just always, that's what I would do. And so I just, assume that that's what everyone's going to do. How merciful. Revelug rising to this occasion right now. Room number 9. And this is starting to get unlikely. Even if Revelug takes a death, they're still going to slip back to a point. There it is. Sorry, Rev. Didn't mean to curse you. But they're still going to slip back to a point that's farther ahead. But we got B2, Yuri Densetsu, and You Fail Me all on room number 5. And Yuri getting in the door. B2 getting in the door. Room number 6 trying to challenge Revelug here as Revelug is working through this thwomp section. Y'all know about thwomps. They fall on Mario. Got a spin on them. And Revelug sees that spring. Hit one switch and then the other to drop the spring and then get the spring down onto the block. And Revelug's in there. Okay, not done yet though. But here's B2 in the upper left, not so far behind. This could be a clutch moment for B2. They could kind of pull a little bit closer. There's a key. But where do we go? Can we get a clip of Revelug's backup strat? I was watching You Fail Me. So I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled for all these racers. Revelug now with the key, and they're gonna have to backtrack a little bit. Ooh, there it is. Whoa, 10. Aha, retrograde 10. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. Revelug still maintaining that lead with some really good one-shots on these rooms. And just getting the one-shots and not sliding back has been really clutch for Revelug tonight. B2 on 5, you feel me, on 6. Revelug, this is number 10. And, you know, normally we see Revelug really playing fast. Revelug's known for a lot of shell item combo kind of tricks, but here, Revelug's just showing us really careful, considerate gameplay. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's a key and a keyhole. Revelug making this look so easy right now. Dodging those hammers and one-shotting. Boy, this is 2 weeks in a row. GG for Revelug. That's the win for tonight in under 13 minutes. That's just under 12. Revelug with the 11:53. And that is 2 in a row. They won last week with some really clutch one-shots. They won tonight with some really clutch one-shots. I was saying consistency might matter more here tonight. But Revelug really showing us the power of careful, deliberate gameplay to get those one-shots where it really mattered. We are not done yet. We are just starting out here. We got B2, Yuri, you feel me? Here comes Ike, SMB, in the lower right-hand corner. Yeah, you know, got the consistency and one-shots. You know, consistency is like, in general for these races, consistency is more likely. That is the one you're gonna see a little bit more often. But the one-shots are a super power shot that can really make the difference at any moment. And Revelug's shown us what that's all about. Ike SMB here, looks like Yuri. Is that a pause strat? Yeah. Yuri Densetsu trying to get in here. B2. Not so far behind. B2. Looking for that P-switch. Ooh, clipping the corner of that death block, though. Ouch. Hey, yo, if you're here to support your friends and your favorite racers, put their emotes up in chat. Give them some love. Give them some hype. That is always fine to do. You feel me? Working through this P-switch section, and B2, and Ike. B2. B2. Oh, nice. Okay, so they did not do that the way Revelug did. Revelug found a different way for that, but it looks like B2 was using the intended strat. And there's B2 and Ike neck and neck right now on room number 8. Oh, almost move for move. Hey, you know, you found, I honestly thought that was the way you were doing it, Revelug, was the way it ought to be done. B2, oh, not getting those switches fast enough, and that's gonna cost him. Meanwhile, you fail me, also doing the intended strat for this P-switch room. And you fail me getting out of there, room number 8. Oh, they needed to hit that Kaizo block below the thwomp so the thwomp would not plummet into the pit. Oh, but you fail me staying alive here. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute, with some really great jumping. You fail me has managed to stay alive and not have to worry about that thwomp. That is some strong jumping skills from you fail me. That was really good. Oh, that was Revelug's backup strat. Yeah, sorry, I missed it when you did it on your run. But yeah, some really strong jumps you can get off that Kaizo block and over the wall. You're supposed to use the thwomp for that to get the height, but with just a really good jump and the right momentum, you actually can make that. But yeah, you feel me kind of not opting to do that again. They're just going for what they know is going to work. And here's Ike. Look out, yo, while we're talking away here, Ike in the lower right-hand corner onto room number 10. This could be huge. Yuri, though, getting in the door. Room number 8 for Yuri. And Ike is back. Ike over here looking for their 16th. second place. B2 and Yuri neck and neck on room number 7. You Fail Me on room number 9. But Ike with the key. Oh! Oh, and we're down. Story is You Fail Me right now in the lower left. This one's a really tricky race to commentate because I have to figure out which room they're on and also like watch for backup strats and clutch moves. This one's tricky. You Fail Me thinking about this. Yeah, they're backtracking. They've got the key. They just want to, yeah, they're taking their time. This really, you know, this level really rewards, well, how am I trying to put this? Like, careful gameplay. That just take your time, size up the jump, do it right the first time, and you don't have to go back. And this level really punishes mistakes and really rewards one-shots, as we've seen. So just taking your time and being careful is really going to pay off for these racers. B2 as well in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, these obstacles don't force specific movement. Yeah, it's just open-ended enough to give you a fair chance. Gives you space, gives you time to think about it. But boy, it's gonna punish you if you don't get it right. And here's B2. Oh, look out. B2 sliding into room number 10. Anybody's game right now from the 4 that are on screen, or, as I'm sure the scouts will let us know, anybody who is not on the screen right now. Yuri taking a dive in room number 8. They didn't try for the save from the block, but maybe that's, you know, you don't know if you can save it. Maybe you're just wasting time in the race. B2 right now on a run. Yeah, look at the, yeah, they beat B2 just really carefully considering these movements. Ike's got the key, but B2's a little bit farther ahead. Nice toss off the block. And we're at this pit of on-off switches. They're going to put that shell in there. And they just want to time this correctly. One false move, and they're done for. Oh, in there. All right, let's go. Wow, there's still a little bit to go. One more. Oh, and one more thing. Oh, no. Oh, that was a really... Oh, that could be a chance for a clutch one-shot from B2. And again, we're just seeing the power of those one-shots that Revelug managed to pull off. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to get it on, like, their next run. It's now You Fail Me's turn. That death on B2's part has tipped the scales a little bit. And if You Fail Me can get in this door, they're going to have a chance for the steal. In the door, You Fail Me, it's all you. On the final amazing flying hammer brother room. Careful jumps. But watching out for those hammer trajectories. Backing up a little bit to get out of the way. Very clutch. Oh, no! Oh, and B2's back in the room, but You Fail Me throws the key off screen. No! Is it the upset? Is it B2? It's all B2. B2. Oh, man. What a turn of events. B2 DE for the second place. Oh, they had it. They died. You Fail Me had it through the key. And B2 with the 19-19, their 15th second place tonight, and a really cool upset on the podium. That was really cool to see. You Fail Me right back again, though, getting back in there. I don't think they're going to do that again. No, we're in there. Look at how close that was. One death separates them. Oh, man. All right, we're going to have to refresh real quickly. We got our first podium. We're looking for the second. Fens, go ahead whenever you'd like. You Fail Me with the 1948 and B2 with the 1919. So just less than a minute, so close together. Really speaks to the skill of these racers that you're seeing some of the best play against some of the other best. Quick refresh here while we get the sound back. We got still got a race, so just hang in there. No, absolutely. What an upset. What an upset. You know, B2 did get there first. So it was kind of like sort of an upset and a redemption arc. We're looking for second podium now. Still got plenty of time, and we've seen some really fast clears. Double Doom, Yuri Densetsu, Germdove, Ike SMB, all hanging out with us. Yes, we got fail clear Fail for the third place tonight, 1948 for Fail, 1919 for B2, and an 1153 for Revolug. Ike, lower right-hand corner, looking for the top of the second podium. 20 minutes in is a stellar time. I just want to be clear. We say ROM hack races, but these are all very fast players. And in a level like this especially, you see how one little mistake can turn the tide in one way or another. Yo, thank you for the raid, B2. A very strong second place tonight. Go back and watch the broadcast and see how close it was. I think you'll enjoy it. Ike, though, coming up on the key again, and meanwhile, Yuri Densetsu up in the upper right on the 10th area. Got to deal with these note blocks now, and that can be a little bit more challenging than just regular jumps. Being able to get a full bounce off a note block, or being able to do a little re-grab off of the note block to gain momentum or to alter your height. But Yuri making this look easy right now. Got to get that grab block toss on a timer from the grab block. And got to hit that yellow turn block, get it out of the way, and then sort of re-grab over there. Nicely done, Yuri. Easy. Yuri at the shell pit now. They see what they want. Yeah, they're looking at it. They don't have to rush. Oh, that was a scary shell hit right on the side of that shell. But Yuri, one jump away from the final challenge. And here we go. Yuri Densetsu for the top of the second podium. Yuri, oh, okay, bravely done. Nicely done. And Ike just behind, coming into the room. Ike wisely bailing out when they thought they would die. Oh, are we going to get back to back? Top of the first podium for Yuri, a strong fourth place, and Ike ready to make it another one. Yeah, Ike bravely kind of bailing out of that. They saw that they might not make the cycle for the blocks, and they bailed out and went back. That was really smart thinking in the moment from Ike. And there we go. Ike, SMB, wrapping it up. Yuri, wrapping up their 81st ROM hack race. Very well done. And Ike right behind, wrapping up their 73rd ROM hack race. Everybody that has cleared so far has multiple podium appearances. So, again, just goes to show you how freaking skilled these racers can be. Germdove here coming in the bottom, room number 4, Ender of Games on the lower right-hand side, room number 3. We got Double Doom up top on room number 5, and X Gamer in the upper right on room number, well, they're about to be on room number 4. Huh, I knew that. Room number 4. So again, if you're just joining us, you want to learn something, you didn't catch something, please feel free to ask in chat. Again, keeping in mind the retrograde mechanic of this level. If you beat the room, you go forward. If you lose the room, you go back a room. So this is where consistency is really going to matter for these racers. Just being able to get, you've learned the room, you've done it once, yes. But what about second room? Although I do find sometimes, in these retrograde kind of sections, that sometimes you can get kind of like say you're in one room, then you beat it and move on. Then you die and go back to that room. You wind up getting really good at the rooms which are kind of a sticking point, because if you can just win and lose and win and lose, you kind of keep bouncing back and forth between 2 or 3 rooms maybe, and that does, in the same way as a normal level, does kind of allow you to build consistency through repetition. So I think we're going to see that solidify a little bit for these racers as we're going on. But looking for third on podium number 2 right now. Yeah, what is your favorite room? Double Doom here, trying to get out of this P-Switch room. Hanging out on room number 6. Again, if y'all have any questions, if you want to learn a little bit more about us or what we're doing, please feel free to shout it out. Normally, I'm trying to explain, you know, the mechanics and what the custom gimmick is, but in this case, we're seeing a really concise, cool challenge of platforming, which is something I really think just Mars really excels at as a maker. It's just using the basic fundamentals in a really surprising and fun way. So I guess, you know, I mean, you were right, it's not quite a precision level. I don't know if we've ever seen a really tough precision level as a ROM hack race. Well, I mean it. Mars, one of my favorite makers. Mars's work has been super influential for me as a maker as well. Ender of Games, yo, new area. Oh no, wait, looking at the door? Wait, yeah, they're going in the door. Okay, I saw them standing by the door. Ender of Games working on room number 5 here. The Podobo ride. There are certain makers who, through creativity, have really managed to just like add something new to the Kaizo lexicon, and the Mars is absolutely one of those makers. Popularizing precision hacks, popularizing Mars bars, these elongated death blocks that just, I think they look really nice. They're like my favorite kind of death block. I don't know about you, but I kind of really prefer Kaizos with an uncluttered screen, or at least a screen where it looks like a natural environment and naturally highlights the shape of the path and the kind of movement that is getting made. And sometimes when you have a lot of death blocks on screen, a lot of sprite killers, a lot of sprite blocker blocks, and all these different squares, it can kind of look like a weird funhouse mosaic of sorts. And Mars bars, these elongated death blocks, really just help declutter the visual environment in levels and really show you very well. I mean, look, like the death blocks are pink, the safe stuff is gray, and that is just like so easy to read and very easy on the eyes. And I think that goes a long way and fits really well into what kind of level this is, because it highlights the path so cleanly. If you're having fun with this, and I gotta say, you know, if you're having fun with this, you should check out some other hacks that Mars made. They're on SMW Central right now. You can go and get them right now. There are honestly so many good ones. I mean, we got Transliberation Forever, an absolutely foundational, formative hack. Really inspired a lot of folks, and still is just a great challenge. My personal favorite that I want to recommend, well, so Transliberation Forever is a personal favorite, but another personal favorite that I would like to recommend from Mars, it might fly under people's radar, was a Safe Space Challenge. And Mars was actually the one that told me that their hack Safe Space Challenge was inspired by this older hack called Subspace Challenge, which is really, really cool. And if you really kind of want to try something tricky and challenging, Subspace Challenge. I forget the name of the maker, so please just let me know. But Subspace Challenge is really far out and had a lot of really cool and interesting tricks. These little micro sections, micro checkpoints where you do like one challenging thing, but that's it, and then you move on. And I had a really, really fun time after Mars told me about Subspace Challenge and how Safe Space Challenge was inspired by that. A maker that's very good at synthesizing one's influences. I see that, you know, I see that in Mars's work, and I've tried to do that in my own stuff. My hack Vast Minutia was largely inspired by Transliberation Forever, and trying to be like, oh, I really like that, I want to try that. It's a kind of a cool lesson about synthesizing your influences. You know, we're always all kind of copying someone, you know? It's not that that's a bad thing to do, it's just making it your own. adding your own tweak, taking what you liked about it and morphing it into something that represents you, is a tricky thing to do for creative types of all pursuits. And I'd really like to see that influence. I think is especially prevalent in these kind of, this isn't a precision level, but in these kind of precision chill levels. I don't know what you would call this design style. But no, I agree with that. You know, compounding human experience is a great thing. You know, I think there's certain degrees, and maybe it's subjective sometimes. You know, is it copying? Is it compounding? Like, it is possible to certainly do a low-effort copy of something. That can happen. But, you know, I think that's more the result of low effort and less the result of you doing something bad. You know, you have to kind of not try if you're trying to put out some kind of silly clone of something. But, you know, people like to throw that, well, good artists copy, great artists steal, as though to say that stealing makes one a great artist, and it doesn't really. I think great artists synthesize, right? That's the way to talk about that. We're all a product of our influences creatively, and, you know, the act of creation isn't always just coming up with something whole cloth, but synthesizing those things that spoke to you about your influences and synthesizing that into something new that represents your voice. Ender of Games, Germdove, X Gamer, Double Doom. Right, those are the racers on screen right now. Oh man, and everybody on this saw section. Germdove a little bit ahead, and everybody else just kind of chilling with these saws. I like that sync up. I didn't know where to look. I'm like, everyone's on the same screen. Double Doom though, making some good progress here, hanging out right around room number 7, going up a little bit, going down a little bit. Looks like Double Doom also maybe thinking about trying for that cheese that Revelug was using. And X Gamer also on room number 7, move for move right now with Double Doom. Oh, X Gamer, yo, man. X Gamer, nice clear on room 7. X Gamer with a shot at room number 8, and Double Doom as well, working through room number 8. So these two just kind of matching each other right now. X Gamer thinking about this, nice. Yeah, X Gamer, they're gonna try. Maybe they're gonna try for that jump. Yay, yo, there we go. Nice save. I've seen some racers just kind of throw the attempt away when they didn't get that thwomp, but X Gamer thought about that and thought, I could do that. Yeah, you gotta play it out. I always like to say, you know, especially for Kaizo, you gotta go down swinging, and by that I mean, like, you gotta go down doing the inputs that you thought would get you to work, right? If you walk away, if you throw the attempt, maybe you could have done something. You gotta go down swinging. Double Doom though, moving on, getting right back in there. They want to get consistent at room number 7 right now. They want these tries at room number 8. Nice try on that jump. Double Doom illustrating how that cheese jump is very, very, very precise. See, that kind of cheese jump is the kind of thing we would be doing in a precision hack. Were this a precision level, there would not be a thwomp there, and you would just do that perfect momentum jump from that block. So, that's the kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I really... I'm gonna continue to praise the work of Mars here, because precision is a style that is very near and dear to my heart. I love precision SMW. I think it is so fun to do because it's such a challenge of fundamentals, and I'm always stressing fundamentals for new players, for old players, for everyone. You can always get better at just moving the plumber around, and that will help you no matter what you're trying to do. So just precision fundamentals will make the day. Double Doom, look out. Here we go. Double Doom, nicely done. Out of room number 8, moving into room number 9. This might be their first time in room number 9. I don't know if I've caught it before, but I think it is. Double Doom. Oh, yeah, look out. Getting a little aggro. Double Doom, yeah, getting a little aggressive with those rotating platforms. But check this out, yeah, now that Double Doom has learned room number 8, now it's time to get consistent at this. They know it, so do it. Don't slip back again. In a retrograde situation, you sort of like end up getting consistent at the rooms around the room you're on. If you're on 5, you're slipping back to 4. You try 6, you slip back to 5. You slip back to 4. You get up to 6, now you slip back to 5. You're trying 7. You're always sort of like doing like 3 rooms-ish at once as you kind of go up and down a little bit. And yeah, X Gamer and Double Doom now working closer and closer to that mythical room number 10. Germdove, not too far behind, on a pretty solid run right now. Oh, nice! Nice! Germdove using the little cheese strat, finding that same strat that Revolug found. I think that does make that room a little bit easier. It cuts out a little bit of the jumps, and Germdove. You know, it's kind of like pinball. You know, if the ball goes down between the flippers, don't walk away yet, because maybe the ball will bounce back up. I've seen it happen. I've saved a game that way, and I've lost games by walking away. And it's kind of like that with that Kaizo block jump with the thwomp, right? If you walk away, you'll never know. You gotta go down swinging. You gotta go down swinging. You gotta try until Mario is in that pit. There is a chance. And look out! Look out! Yo, Double Doom making quick work of room number 9, bringing the key all the way back to stand on to go in the door. And yo, X Gamer 2 not too far behind. Uh, 2:30 a.m. ROM hack races to relax and study to. Fall asleep with the soothing sounds of P-switches and thwomps falling. The soothing sounds of Mario spin jumping. You know, it's funny, but I think if I were playing this level, I would, like, just go for that precision box jump, like, every time, thinking that that's probably what you want. Like, I would have just assumed, because it's a Mars level, I would have just assumed that that's what I have to do. I can totally see that. X Gamer climbing this tower right now, looking pretty sharp. Nice pause. X Gamer is a player who uses the pause button. They are a player who is very familiar with pausing to get a look around. They get to a new section, they're falling, whatever it is, pause, take a look at it. The trick really isn't pausing, the trick is recovering, right? If you paused, you gotta unpause and like not die. And X Gamer particularly good at that, which I've seen that help them very much in races. Which is why I don't necessarily vibe with it when makers, you know, either like disable the pause button, or I've heard talk of like the pause button kills you or something. Like, I get it, you know, everyone can do whatever, but I think that's a good tool to have in your box. X Gamer thinking about this. They see what they want. X Gamer in the upper right. Yeah, they see what they want here. Oh, no, going back though. Oh, wait. Oh, that's clever actually. Yeah, they want to run right under there. They can't jump to the brown block. They want to land on the gray rotating block and run forward. Rough timing, though. I see what they want by going back a little bit. They were kind of trying to catch the platform earlier and then wait and run forward. Give me, you know what? I know we're having a fun hype time, but give me your best sleepy emote in chat. There's some really great sleepy emotes. I like the sleepy ones. Everyone has adorable sleepy emotes. That little sleepy fox, that's a great one. Sleepy Sojo. We're all pretty sleepy, you know? It's a sleepy world out there. It's the weekend, man. Please get some sleep. If you can. Sleep is great. That's where I'm a Viking. Not a lost Viking. Oh! Double Doom trying a little strat there. Trying to fall onto the lower rotating platform from above, but since you can't see it, that's kind of a gamble. Meanwhile, X Gamer back again at this same rotating block move. They could fall straight down, but like we saw, that's kind of a gamble, so it looks like they're trying to get onto that brown Kaizo block. I really appreciate this from X Gamer. Just thinking, working it through. Wait, which isn't intended? The fall down or the brown block? Yeah, you can't fall straight down, and there's X Gamer doing it. This could be clutch for X Gamer if they can get through here. They gotta backtrack. Yep. Oh, jeez, they were right there. As long as you don't hug the left wall on that fall, right on. Yeah, Germdove on room 7 here with that shell jump off the side wall to grab that P-switch early. That is easier. That does cut out a little bit of this room. They can respawn the gray platforms and respawn the Eerie, and then they just have to do one little spin catch to get up there. So that we're going to see that might help Germdove out a lot as they don't waste as much time on room 7 and get more tries on what they need to learn. But Double Doom making the intended strat look easy here. I like how each room is like thematic. You know, you got a thwomp room, you got a Podobo room, you got a moving platform room. I like that. You know, that is, no one really ever does expect, that's the Spanish Inquisition of SMW. No one really expects the appearing blocks on the P-switch. Double Doom, wow. Quick jumps and some push-ups. Doing some push-ups with Mario. And they are moving into room number 10, so this could be pretty clutch right now. If Double Doom could one-shot this room, it's going to put them at a huge advantage. Let's see how well Double Doom knows their note block control. Although the SMW manual does refer to these note blocks as jumping blocks. So. Oh, nice try. And yo, X Gamer also making their way to room number 10. It's really, honestly, a tight race right now. Germdove, X Gamer, and Double Doom all just right at the same point together. This may wrap up in some really tight clears or come down to 1 or 2 deaths that make the difference. Double Doom, yeah, they know it, man. They've got that pattern. They know how to just consistently get past that thwomp, and that's going to put them in room 10 more often. But X Gamer now just a little bit ahead. This could be huge for X Gamer. They could take the lead here. Ah, that is not as easy as it seems. You're bouncing on that note block, and you want to throw the grab block right into that one tile. And here's Double Doom's chance. They see, hopefully they see what they want. Double Doom. Okay. Oh no! Down at the door, man. Ah, that shell is bouncing around in there, turning the floor on and off, and yeah, that's gonna send him back a room. For those of you just joining us again, just to clarify so you all know, these are retrograde checkpoints. If you beat a room, you go ahead. If you lose at the room, you go back one room until you wind up back at the beginning, but hopefully not. Yeah, the crouch of defeat. There is a certain universal body language in Mario World. Have you noticed that? Like, headbang up means yeah. Crouching for an extended period of time means oh no. And you know what? Who doesn't want to say oh no? It's Germdove in the lower left-hand corner. Germdove at the one more thing obstacle. Germdove being brave. Look out! Ooh, tricky jump, and Germdove is in there. Nicely done. Keyhole, GG hole. Germdove wrapping up their 174th ROM hack race, third place on the second podium tonight. So we're looking for third podium. We got CO Cadelic coming in here in the lower left-hand corner. Ender right next to CO down below. X Gamer and Double Doom battling it out up top. Yeah, Germdove is kind of sneaking ahead there. Yeah. Yeah, vigorously tapping down while waiting. That means impatient. Yeah, there is. There's a body language. Really, you know what's funny too is that that was never like, I don't recall anyone ever saying that to me. You know, that like crouching down for an extended period of time means, oh geez, oh no. But everyone seems to do it. It's just one of those like culturalisms that is like kind of self-apparent and just everyone knows what it means and everyone does it. I think that's just funny. X Gamer looking for their shot at the door. They got the turn block hit. Oh dear, that is a tricky little jump off that. You kind of want to re-grab. Off that note block. And that's trickier to do than you might think. You can do a full bounce off the note block or a low bounce with no jump button held. But you also can re-grab off of it. But if you press re-grab too late, you won't get it. If you press it too early, you end up doing a full bounce and maybe going into the ceiling, and you don't want that. So the timing for a re-grab off the note block is tricky. You kind of want to wait a little bit. It's like right after the sound effect. Boing, and then you engage the slow fall. Double Doom, though, not giving up here. I like this determination. They got very consistent, yeah. See what I mean about, like, moving between a couple of rooms? Double Doom's doing, like, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 5, 6 and 5, 6 and 7, 7 and 6, and then not slipping back too much. And that's, they're kind of just leapfrogging their way up here. The thing, you know, honestly, if you want a tip for note block regrabs, is pay attention to the sound effect. It's the boing sound effect from a note block that you want to pay attention to. And if you want to try to do a note block regrab, you're placing that regrab right after the sound effect. The sound effect means if you're pressing the button, you're going to go high up. But boing, press. Boing, press. The old boing and press. You know, boing, press. And oh no, Ender of Games looking sharp on that room number 7. They know what they want. Also, you know, this is a really good level, I think, like psychologically, because it's really easy to see the flow, and when you died, it's like your fault. You knew what you had to do. I haven't seen any of these racers seem to be confused about how to flow through an obstacle, and I think that's a big strength of both like straightforward levels like this and kind of precision levels. It might be challenging, but it's not cryptic. And that can, you know, it can make the difference in races for sure and have a psychological impact. I always think about, you know, level design. We've talked about this before, but I always think of level design as sort of a conversation between the maker and the player. And that goes for more things than just Mario, but just since we're playing Mario tonight. You know, the maker is the task maker. The maker says, here is the job to do. And the player maybe wants to get out of doing that. The maker is the normal person, and the player is the silly person who wants to try to slack off at work. And then the maker throws a Kaizo block and says, ah, no, you cannot do it the easy way. But when you're designing levels, I think it's nice to kind of think about, what is your personality as a maker? Inevitably, you will develop one. Are you a reliable narrator? Are you stern but fair? Are you a cheeky prankster? Or did you just wake up and choose violence today? What is your maker personality? And thinking about that in terms of like making levels and while you're building levels, and thinking about the kind of dialogue you're establishing with your player, I think can really lead to some great creations. Kaizo is a manzai comedy. Kaizo is there's a silly person and a normal person. X Gamer looking for this key door. Oh, look out. They can make that. Yeah. They saw that. They paused and they looked at that and they determined not to back up because I think they judged correctly that they could make that lower platform as it rotated up. You know, I've gotten to play a little bit of Dram 3. I've already beaten a level of Dram 3. Got halfway through a different level. It's pretty good. I've played Invictus 2 also. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to get everybody excited. X Gamer trying to get excited about this door jump in the upper right. Alright, one cement block. Oh! Rough timing. Everybody's got a voice. Every maker has a voice and a tone, and that doesn't even have to be consistent. It can change sometimes. Double Doom, look out! Not trying to change out of this area. Ooh, nice dodge on that hammer. Double Doom, one backtrack away. Watching out for the amazing flying Hammer Brother hammers, and they are in there. Double Doom for the win. Well played, well played. Double Doom wrapping up their 9th completed ROM hack race, and they are really showing us some skills in a short amount of time. They already have a 2nd place on the podium from last week, and Double Doom with the 9. And these are, the final 4? All right, well, let's cheer our friends on as they endeavor to retrograde themselves forward. I know that's a paradox, but they're going to figure out a way. Ender of Games, Endless Descent down below, X Gamer and CO Cadelic up top. CO's been working on Bun Bun World 4. So we got another Kaizo hack to get excited for. I haven't played Nobody Asked for this, but I didn't ask for it. I hope you all are having a really nice time. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Saturday here with us on ROM Hack Races. Follow the racers if you need some more Kaizo in your life. And drop a follow for us here if you haven't already, because we have these races every Saturday night. They are always a lot of fun, new level every week, fun times with friends. If you're interested in learning more or want to sign up to race or make yourself, you can do that either over on romhackraces.com or on our Discord server. We've got all the info for you, and we'd love to see you. X Gamer would love to see the end of room number 10. Dang, X Gamer. That nice precision spin jump right into the into that note block. Now they've been to this point. They know what they want here. Oh. Ooch. X Gamer looking to wrap up their 15th. Yeah, 15 would be their 15th finished ROM hack race for X Gamer. It's been awesome to see some new friends come out. We have some racers with big numbers, but I appreciate the friends with lower numbers because they're new, they're trying. It's nice to see some new friends take on the ROM hack race challenge. Ender of Games, nice, back again. Yo, alright, Ender of Games getting out of room number 7. On to room number 8. I'm not sure if this is their first time here or not, but they're looking like they know what they want. Oh, you know, I just now noticed, like literally, I've been looking at this level for an hour, and I just now noticed that not only is this like a cool, I like the grid in the background. Like there's like this weird like these like grid lines in the background. I think that really looks nice, and I really like the little fish. I've literally been looking at this level the entire time, and I just now noticed the little fish from the water level background. They look very nice. Big fan of little fish. Nice job, Ender. Getting a lot more consistent with room number 7. Hey, don't worry. We appreciate all your efforts, Fen. You're all doing your all's best. We really appreciate all our kind volunteers who help out with ROM hack races. And here at the top of the hour, I'm going to shout them out again. Of course, Mars for making the level tonight, Fen's on the restream, Mithrillionaire, Java Brew, Mason, and Eden testing, and scouting all the racers, of course, Blue Ribbon, High Life, Echo, Fen, and Citrus Gremlin. We really, really appreciate our kind volunteers, without whom ROM hack races would not be possible. And if you'd like to help out too, we'd love to have you. There are sign-up volunteer sheets on our Discord. Ender of Games, let's go! Nicely done. Really confidently moving through the end of room 9 there. Ender, oh, no, not the death ceiling. Ah! Big CO news, CO got Cherry 50 and UFO 50. Nicely done, man. CO's really been blasting through UFO 50. Heck, I don't even think I have half the cherry. I know I don't have half the cherries. I have like 6 or 7. Gosh, that means I'd have to play Onion Delivery. Ugh. I love Ping Off. Have y'all? What's your favorite UFO 50 game if you're playing it? Mooncat. By far, Mooncat is nice. Mooncat is friend-shaped. Pin Golf is awesome. You know what? I did get gold on Lords of Disconia. That game was actually way more fun than it seems. And way more challenging, too. It's like tactical battle discs you slide around. It's actually really fun. Camouflage is so cute. Camouflage is such a cute game. Little chameleon. Changing colors. The little buddy that you save. Camouflage is super cute. I have gold on that one. I have to get gold on camouflage. Party house. In the middle of our street. Party house. Night Manor. Oh. Discerning tastes. I managed to beat Lost Vikings for Super Nintendo last night. That was pretty fun. That felt like it could be a UFO 50 experience. I was having a great time with that. What have you know, it's the weekend. What are y'all playing? What's good for video games this weekend? What's everybody playing? Ah, yes, new Deltarune. Yes. I'm not too familiar with Undertale Deltarune, and maybe that's blasphemous to say, but it looks really cool. From what I've seen of it, it actually looks like I would really enjoy it. Maybe I should give it a try sometime. I gotta start with Undertale. I haven't even played that. Masterpiece with Sonic the Hedgehog. Playing some Skyrim, Quake Doom, and Jump Half. Well-rounded. A well-rounded gamer. I played a Mario hack that had the final boss be a Sans fight. It was the final boss in, well, maybe I shouldn't say for spoilers, but there's a Mario hack out there that the final boss is freaking Sans Undertale fight. I honestly think I would like Undertale Deltarune. From everything I've seen of it, it just is like, oh wait, this actually looks awesome. This environment looks cool. I like its weird dark world kind of vibe. It looks great, actually. I don't think I'd ever stream it. No offense, present company excluded, but that doesn't seem like quite the game that I would like to stream. Its community reputation precedes it a bit. But for just off-stream hanging out, enjoying my time, actually seems amazing. Undertale's his last name now. You know, I've either considered like, okay, well, I'd never stream it, or I should stream it and just open the floodgates and just let anyone say anything and spoil anything and just be okay with that and just not even care. You know what I mean? Just like my whole gimmick is streaming Undertale. I do whatever chat says and just let it rip. Streaming Undertale, but chat decides my every action. Yo, look out. Ender of Games here, making some progress. Nicely done, Ender. Moving on. And X Gamer in the upper right-hand corner. Getting back. They want that room number 10. I think they ran an Undertale fan game at GDQ, actually. In fact, I know they did. It was Undertale Yellow, right? Because it was the run that was on before Luminescent. Because I remember sitting there on stage watching it. Who has completed the race so far? Let's find out together. Revelug took first place tonight. B2 with a close second. You Fail Me in third. Then Yuri, Ike, and Germdove and Double Doom. You can always check it with exclamation leaderboard in chat as well. But I don't mind calling them out. They're all great players. Big thanks, of course, to Kelgand for all of our cool automated stuff. My neat little stat sheet that I have, the automated leaderboards, commands on Discord. Kelgand's really, really crafty. Speaking of new games and stuff coming out, and at the risk of self-promoting a little bit, you know, we have been doing some really intense playtesting on Subcon 2, the Nova project, which, you know, is done and being tested as we speak. I was just making some edits on it today. Could be out by the end of the year. Who knows? X Gamer up here in the upper right, trying to build that consistency. They've had a lot of good shots at room number 10, and they certainly know their way around this room. Nice fall there, nice pause. Nicely done, X Gamer. Room number 10, they're putting in the work here. Oh yeah, Mario Kart World. Yeah, that is out. Yeah. You can be Piranha Plant or Goomba. I've been watching other streamers play that one. Are y'all liking it? Is it, you know, what's the verdict? What's the verdict on Mario Kart World? We all want to be Goomba. X Gamer. Oh man, X Gamer in the upper right though, one jump away. They got to get in that door while the floor is solid. Taking their time, I like this. Oh no, oh, X Gamer, would you? No! Oh, they stopped the shell. Oh, maybe, I think they were thinking that's what they wanted. Excuse me. Oh my. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of the wall grinding tech. I've also seen apparently you can be the cow. You can be a cow. Seems fun. It's just every gamer's dream. This is kind of Celeste Summit-y, isn't it? We now get to finally answer the question, like, who would win in a race? Goomba versus cow. You know, I like this level a lot because we get to hear the checkpoint sound a lot, which is one of my favorite sounds in all of Mario World. Yeah, hear it? That checkpoint sound. It's the sound of progress. It's a great sound. It's like, woo! It's the sound you want to hear, you know? Hey, I just realized something. You know, okay, wait, I think this is true. This might be true. It feels true. Intuition points me at the truth of this. The sound that it makes when you touch the checkpoint, right? We all know, we know that sound. Woo! The sound that you make when you touch the goal tape is just the checkpoint sound pitched down. Right? Oh, I never thought of that. That's true. I never even noticed that, ever. It's just a lower pitch of the checkpoint sound, because it's bigger. Nintendo, freaking one step ahead of us every time. You got Roo, and then you got Roo. That's my impression. It is honestly. Or like, I bet you've noticed, or I bet I've mentioned this at some point before, but have you ever noticed that Mario rises for the exact duration of the jump sound effect? Right? Mario jumps, he goes, rip. That is the exact amount of time he is rising. Same for the spin jump. Or like the click sound on the spiny down there is the amount of time that you are contacting the spiny. Do you know that game? I think it's called Jelly Car. It's like you drive a little car around and it's made out of wiggly wobbly jelly and you drive through bouncy environments and stuff. That game has a feature where you can change all the sound effects and you can record your own sound effects. Like you can just go blap, 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 and it'll play that in the game. Can we have that in Mario World? Can we have like someone make all the sound effects and then use that in the game? I think that'd be funny for like 2 minutes. Then it would get old, but for those 2 minutes, man, it'd be hilarious. Super Mario. Oh, and then you know what? We gotta have somebody just do the we have to also have someone like whistle the theme. Like the background music is just me going ba doo ba doo boo boo ba doo 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 boo ba doo doo boo doo 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 boo boo brep brep click 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 tuk 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 tuk. That'd be super funny. I think that would be funny. Maybe I'm the only one, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine being the only one that thinks that would be funny. But maybe there are others. Find the others, they say. Find the others. Oh, the Archipelago randomizer for SMW has an option for full sound effect swap. Yeah. Good. Good. X Gamer in the upper left, back on room number 10. I'm sorry, upper right. I don't know what directions are. But X Gamer in the upper right, back on room 10, and looking to get in this door. Pretty sharp run right now. Getting sharper. No! Oh! Yeah, they were doing that on purpose. That's a 2-bounce shell. It won't stop unless you've bounced on it twice. So it'll keep moving after the first bounce and go around in there. I think they realized the problem. They stopped the shell hoping to be able to get in the door, but you can't get up from down below. So you have to keep letting that shell bounce around. Well, yo, you can always stay in touch on Discord to hear about upcoming races. ! Discord in chat. And there will always be a race again next week. Excuse me. No, sorry. Yeah, Ender, putting in some work here, man. Oh. X Gamer coming back. Coming back to the end of room 10. Now they know. Yeah. Wait for the timing. Nice, X Gamer. They saw they didn't have the timing, they bailed out. And here we go. One last thing. X Gamer in the upper right-hand corner for the win. Ah! Brutal Hammer? Yeah. Way less cool than MC Hammer. Amazing Flying Hammer, brother. You win again. But X Gamer is looking to not have to repeat that. Nice. They're really good at seeing when they have it or not. Yeah, X Gamer really wisely choosing when to commit to that movement for the door. Oh, dear. Oh my, well, hope y'all are having a lovely time. So don't forget to follow these racers. If you've seen some cool stuff tonight, go and drop a follow. Say hey in their chats. Make a new friend. That's a good question, actually. Where is this track from? I never know. There's like 3 games I can recognize the music. If it's not from like Mario RPG, I'm cooked. Ah, yo, original. Coral Labyrinth by Red and Green. I know I've heard it in other hacks before. Sometimes I'm playing like a real game, and I think to myself, like, I know this song. Oh, it's from a Mario hack. Like, here it is in its natural habitat. X Gamer looking sharp here. They're gonna get back in. Yeah, no, man, dude, so wise. X Gamer really is just picking those moments really well. No! Oh, tragedy strikes. Oh yeah, this track was in Invictus, wasn't it? X Gamer, wow, right back there. These hammers are gonna make a consistent pattern every time. So you can remember that. X Gamer, let's go. Getting the key in the keyhole. X Gamer, good to go. Wrapping up their 15th ROM hack race, and we are down to 3. Oh, yo, oh, Endless Ascent, though, man. While we're watching X Gamer, Endless Ascent is sneaking up on the ending here. CO Cadelic up in the upper left, putting in the work. Ender of Games, upper right-hand corner, and Endless Ascent. Everybody putting in solid work on this one. No, I do believe this is an original port. Sometimes people make ports of songs that are in other games, and sometimes people can make original music for use in ROM hacks. I think this is an original. It sounds like it's like a Mandala effect. Like, it sounds like it should have been in a game. It sounds like I mean, it is in a game right now. Like, it fits. But I do believe this one's an original port. That checkpoint sound, though. Love to hear it. Yeah, CO over here. CO's putting in work, man. Going for the cherry disc. Endless Ascent, too, man. Room number 9 for both Endless and Ender of Games. 10 rooms can be kind of brutal to keep up this kind of focus and concentration. So props to these racers for sticking with this. Everybody's out here doing their best. Room number 10 for Ender. Let's go. Oh, let's go into the ceiling, but then try again. Yeah, yo, Ender of Games and Endless Ascent both just kind of hovering 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, how are you all doing? I hope you're enjoying yourselves and having a nice Saturday night. Drop a follow for us here on RomHack Races if you're new. We got races every Saturday night, 7:30 pre-show, 8 p.m. Eastern, the race. It is always a good time. Mallow the cat, he's been doing well. He's having a pretty good day. He was a little bothered that it's getting hotter, and he would kind of lay on the floor and look at me like, please do something about this. But we hooked up the AC, and he is much more relaxed. Because he's all furry, you know, so that sucks in the summertime. But we brushed him, and now he's feeling cooler. Last seen sleeping in a box. He loves the little boxes his food comes in. We get him food from Chewy, and it gets delivered to the door. And I mean, he doesn't know how the economy works. People just show up and bring him boxes of food. But then we take the cardboard out of the box, and then he likes to sleep in the food cardboard. Probably because it smells like food. So we get food and a new cat bed for him. Yeah, he really is. Thanks for acknowledging. Mallow really is. He's a nice guy. He's my buddy. Loves that food. He doesn't like the air conditioner because it makes noise, but then he like gets real, like he like looks at it and summons up his courage and then runs past it and goes into the room and like lays on the floor and he's like, okay, this is good. Oh, yo, the Scholastic Book Fair. Oh man, how nostalgic. Yeah, he has to like be brave. He's like, I'm gonna run past this thing. He doesn't like stuff that makes a lot of noise. He looks at it like, shut up. And he knows that the clicking sound that I make when I'm playing like a game, like the controller, the clicking sound, he knows that that means I'm doing something, and that's a perfect time for him to come and sort of stick his head in my hands and be like, hey, you're touching that plastic thing, but you could be touching a cat. Like, he'll be sleeping and I'll play a game and I'll make those little clicky sounds and he'll like wake up and come over to me like, hey, you're making noise. If you're ever wondering what I'm doing, if I'm not on stream, I'm probably just sitting around with Mallow just being like, cat, 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 cat. That's more true. That sounds like a joke, but that's way more true than it might seem. I'm just sitting around with Mallow. Cat, 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 cat. Just patting him on his head. Cat, 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 cat. Aw. Yeah, that's how you, I mean, this is Citrus. That's how you get cats. You know, if you don't have a cat, just put out a bowl of cat food. And then pretty soon you'll have a cat. Or a possum. Which is kind of like a pointy, angry cat. If you want cats, possums, or raccoons, you know, just get a bowl of cat food and just put it somewhere near you. No, so the numbers above the checkpoints indicate which room you are on. There are 10 rooms in total. If you beat a room, you move on to the next room. If you lose, you go back a room. You have infinite lives, but the checkpoint system moves you ahead or back depending on what you do. So Ender, for example, just beat room number 7. So if Ender beats this room, they go on to room number 9. If they lose, they go back to room number 7. Sure, yeah, yo, if you want to ask questions, if there's something you don't understand, please feel free to ask. That is always cool. We are here to educate. Make sure everybody can follow the action. Oh, Ender. Thwomp at the door. Endless Ascent getting in that door. So, Endless Ascent, room number 9. There are 10 rooms. Every day people astound me with Mario World. It is such a fertile ground for art and experimentation, and I absolutely believe that for many years now, we've been at the point of like, Mario World is an artistic medium. It's a game, yes, but things we've seen from QLDCs, abstract hacks, narrative structures, Mario World is a canvas now. It is its own artistic medium. ROM hacking is absolutely an art, and level design takes so many weird and surprising shapes. You know, I'm waiting for the article. It'll happen. Mark my words. It'll happen someday. There'll be an article or a YouTube video from someone who has never heard of Mario ROM hacking, and just and the article is like, I discovered the unbelievably giant rabbit hole that is Mario World hacking. Right? It's always fun when people kind of discover it for the first time and go, oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, you did that? Oh, you did that? What is this? You know, and it just goes on and on and on like that. From a historical perspective, Mario ROM hacking dates back all the way to, can you guess? Well, you might already know. What here, for those that don't, if you don't know, many of you do know, so don't answer. Yeah, or just say a random date. Yeah, when was the first Mario hack released? It doesn't even, not Mario World, just Mario, starting at Mario Brothers, SMB1. Assuming SMB1. When was the first, what do you think? When was the first Mario hack released? Yesterday? Today? Oh, these are all good answers. You know what? You're all right. You're all right. I like all these answers. These are great. Literally 1984. You're close. You're close. 1984. Tomorrow. Yes, 1987. 1987. The very first Super Mario Brothers hack that we can identify is Tonkachi Mario from 1987. And what's more, Tonkachi Mario also has the first Kaizo block. When was the first SMW? That's a little bit, I would say around, it would be before 2005. Lunar Magic came out, if I recall correctly, in 2005. There were some SMW hacks made before Lunar Magic, and I don't know the exact date on that one. I would say between 2000 and 2005. Well, also, for what it's worth, Tonkachi Mario came out before Lost Levels. For what it's worth, even if we're counting Lost Levels as a ROM hack of SMB1, Tonkachi did come out first. Was it 86? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. How did they do it? Well, I happen to have done some research on this. I happen to have done some historical research about this, and if you're curious, there's an article that I'll post in chat there from my website. Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah, sorry, I was wrong about Lost Levels. My bad. But here's an article that I wrote with some original historical research about the origins of Kaizo and the way that Kaizo got started. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my article. I really enjoy Kaizo history, and I like to know the history of where we came from. The originators, the founders, the giant, to know the names of the giants on whose shoulders we stand. And I think that's absolutely fascinating. So if you're interested, the short answer is, how did they do it? How did they make the first Mario hack? The short answer is that there was a device that hit the market in Japan in 1987 called the Tonkachi editor. Tonkachi being the Japanese word for hammer. So it's the hammer editor. And this was a device that worked with the Famicom disk system. It was a 4-byte substitution editor with no graphical interface. And through using it, you could, in theory, make your own hacks. The documentation was bad and often wrong. You had to do a lot of your own research. It was absolutely tedious, time-consuming to use. There are only 2 known full hacks that were ever made with it at all. One of them is not available to the public, the other is Tonkachi Mario, which was the pack-in game. We don't know who actually made Tonkachi Mario. It just was bundled with this Tonkachi editor. You can look it up. The Tonkachi editor has a wiki. You can even buy them on eBay. I've considered doing it, but I'd also have to buy an FDS. It also means that there may be more hacks out there from the late 80s, early 90s that were made with Tonkachi, but the likelihood of that is very low because of the sheer difficulty and obtuseness of using the editor at all. Using Tonkachi, and I'm not a code guy, but think of it like this. Using the Tonkachi editor is like you want to write a book, but you can't just sit down at a typewriter and write a book. You have to take another book that exists, and you have to swap out 1 letter at a time, maybe 4 letters at a time, to make your own words to make a book. And sometimes the words have to be the same length as the word you're changing, but you're writing a book by swapping out 4 letters at a time in another book. And also it's in like Russian, and you don't know the language that well, so you have to look up what these words mean and what it's even saying in the first place. That is Tonkachi editor. It's nice that we have better tools. There were early rudimentary editors that came out in the late 90s. There was an SMB1 Bad Guys editor that got published that you could edit properties of enemies and things. There was a famous Mario 1 hack called Mario Pro, where every enemy threw hammers like the Hammer Brothers. Mario 1 ROM hacking actually has a fantastically interesting history, and some incredible works of art were made in Mario 1 in the late 90s, early 2000s. That Mario 1 hackers had a community like we do. They had collaboration hacks like Jump. They had famous makers. They had famous sequels. There are some absolutely fascinating works from that time. Specifically, I've dived into a few of them. Falling Mario is a landmark hack, and I think more people should. Falling Mario is an absolutely lost classic of ROM hacking, and it deserves its place to be known and talked about in ROM hacking history. It's absolutely amazing what they did, and that's from 2001. And it's incredible. Yeah, for those that have seen oh my god, how long have I been falling? How many times have I fallen? I'll have to look it up. Yeah, Falling Mario by Mr. Wah. But SMB1 ROM hacking had a whole like golden age. There were so many, primarily Japanese hackers and their communities, but less is known about this era, in part because a lot of it has been lost in the old internet. You have to kind of go on the Wayback Machine and go to these like old Japanese forums and translate them to kind of piece together the story. And also because at that time hackers were a little bit more underground. It wasn't as prominent. There wasn't really Twitch or YouTube or anything, and the legal threats from Nintendo were at least real, or enough of a threat that people were kind of secretive about it and they weren't loud about it. They didn't necessarily talk about it. But we're gonna get loud here for Ender of Games. Ender, into the last room. Let's make some noise for Ender of Games. All right, wait, hang on, make some noise. Oh, and Endless Ascent too, man, back to back. Endless Ascent. We're just talking history here, but Endless Ascent is talking present moment. Endless, moving on. Can they get this jump? Boy, they are neck and neck. Both of the Ender friends. One more thing. Oh, and another thing. It's like some freaking Ace Attorney. One more thing. Yeah, this consistency though. Okay, we're gonna see some clears here. Ender of Games getting right back to where they were. Yeah, we're seeing consistency come on real strong now. And Ender of Games right back in that door to face off against the amazing Flying Hammer Brother. Oh, that hammer. Oh, that hammer dodge though. I thought that was gonna hit him, and Ender of Games gonna take it home. Nicely done. Way to play, Ender. Awesome job. Yeah. Ender of Games, Endless Ascent right behind. But yes, thanks for asking about ROM hacking history and indulging me. I am extremely passionate about the history of Mario ROM hacking and the gaming community I love. It is always really fun to dive into history and learn a little bit about how it was. You learn that we're not the first to have these kinds of ideas. When we sit around and have discussions about, well, should we troll the player? Should we make them do tech tricks? Should we, what ROM hacking philosophy has been an ongoing conversation, and communities have had these conversations, and then that knowledge got lost, and then it got rediscovered. We are part of the wheel of history. We are not necessarily new. We're doing new things, but these kinds of conversations are older than us. Yeah, if you want a little more of the full story, go ahead and check out that article if you'd like. We're moving over. We're gonna cheer on Endless Ascent. They are getting super close here, and I think it's only a matter of time. And I want to thank you all too for just hanging out and having a really nice night. Thank you for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday evening. Always glad to have you. These races are so fun to do. Everyone does such a great job, and I am just proud to be a part of the modern Mario community. There's a phrase that I really like, a little saying that I uncovered in my historical research, translated from the Japanese, but I think it kind of says a lot. When you play modified Mario, you may want to modify yourself. For tonight, since we are down to 1, we are going to throw the raid over so we can go to Endless Ascent's channel and cheer them on ourselves. Before we wrap it up, I just want to give one more thanks to Mars, who made the level, Fen on the restream tonight, Mithrillionaire, Java Brew, Mason, and Eden for testing, and Blue Ribbon, Echo, Fen, and Citrus Gremlin for scouting for us tonight. Drop a follow for us here, or check out romhackraces.com if you want to learn more about us. We will be back next Saturday with another fun race, and we'll hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you all next time. For my community friends, I will see you back on Monday, and I hope you have a really nice, relaxing weekend. Have a really, really good night, and don't forget, you matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives, you matter to me as human beings, you matter to the internet's #1 longboy furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled, autistic, and plural lives matter, and you. Thank you all so much for being so kind and wonderful. Keep your head up, keep working hard, and I will see you back here next week. Peace!